Hey guys, it was way back in April that Colin and I rafted the Franklin River, so it's probably about time we got out and did another Wild Rivers trip. After reading about the Huskisson River and the Tarkine Trails app and seeing a video of a trip last October by Matt Brain and John McLean, I decided that was the trip for us. The problem though is getting to the start of the river. It runs parallel with the Murchison Highway down to the Pyman Road along the eastern edge of the Tarkine, but there are no major roads near the start. There is a forestry road that runs from the Murchison Highway down to the river, but it's gated right at the start. The area is managed by a company called Forico, and it is possible to apply for a gate key and a permit to access the site, but it seems they don't really want people in there. The permit process requires 2 weeks notice, a ridiculous amount of information, and a promise of $160 for the permit and access. I applied for this, but was knocked back immediately, which means needing to find another way in. When Matt and John did the trip last October, they drove into the Melbourne railway line. From there they walked 5 kilometres along the line and then paddled down the Boogabak and Kew rivers. But in talking to Matt, it sounded like this wasn't a great option for us. The water levels need to be just right. Too low and there would be lots of drag in the boats, and too high would mean technical whitewater that's probably beyond us. So our plan, after dropping a car at the finish, is to drive all the way up through Waratah and walk 20 kilometres in through the Ramsay rainforest to the river. Morning guys, it's Saturday morning in Tulla and we're about to head off on our Huskisson River trip. We had been meant to go yesterday, we actually got here on Thursday night, but between Thursday night and last night we had about 40 mils of rain here. So not only would it have been miserable walking in the rain, but the river's also up, so we're hoping giving it a day, we'll give it a day for the river to drop down as well. But just about to head out now and drop Cole's car at the finish, and then we're going to come back, have some breakfast, and then we'll head up to Waratah and do the walk in. Well, we've just dropped the car here at the finish point. That's the bridge behind me there, and the water's still moving pretty quick, but it has dropped since yesterday. So hopefully we'll be all good when we get on the water tomorrow. Well, we've just got through to Waratah, and we've parked the car here down this dirt track on the way down to the Huskisson River. So we're about to head out down this way. We've got about 20 k's down to the river, so that should be most of today, and then on the river tomorrow. Hopefully the car should be nice and secure here. It's out of sight off the road, and hopefully no one will come down this way and do anything to it. So we're on our way down now. The track's pretty good so far. There's a few big puddles and things. We're just trying to get around, but otherwise it should be a pretty easy walk. Couldn't get very far down the road with the car, but should be good. Well, that could be Ramsay River beside us. I don't know if it goes up this high.
Did you say the Ramsay River?
Yes. This track's been a real bit of a struggle, even though it's a four-wheel drive track. We keep encountering huge big lakes across it like that, really difficult to climb bits and slippery, so we spent half our time bush bashing in the bush alongside the track rather than going along it. But we're making progress. We're about 10 k's in, but it's taken us 4 hours to get this far, so it might be a little while before we get to the river. It's about 2 o'clock I think now, so still got plenty of daylight left, but yeah, we're going to probably use most of it getting there, unless the track improves dramatically as it starts to descend. Well, You know those big puddles in the middle of the road I was telling you about? While trying to bypass one, I've just broke off a bit of log and slipped in, and apparently the four-wheel drive track is actually waist deep. So I'm now absolutely soaking on the bottom half. I'm hoping I'll dry out, at least it's not raining, but hell of a lot of bush bashing on this track, and a lot harder going than we expected it to be. But we're making progress, and the upside is, unless things go terribly wrong, we won't have to walk out. We'll be rafting down the river tomorrow. Hi guys, we're 15 or 16 k's in, and I think on the home stretch to the river, but the downhill section now, not only is it quite steep, but because of the water on the track, it's a bit treacherous, so we're not making great time. It's 5 o'clock now, and so that means we've been going for over 6 hours, and we've still got, well, maybe 5 k's, maybe more to go, so at least an hour if we're quick, and at the moment we're not terribly quick. So I'm hoping we'll make it to the river before sunset, but we're on track to be close, so fingers crossed. Hi guys, very long day for us. It's about 7 o'clock. We got here to camp, and we've set the tents up, and we're still about, I think, 3.5 k's from the river, but that won't be too far to go in the morning, and then we can get the rafts out, which will be great. So just making some dinner now, and I reckon it'll be an early night. We've done 20 k's, even though according to the track we've only done about 16.5, I think. Because we've got 3.5 to go to the river, but lots of bush bashing to get around, huge big lakes in the middle of the track, but all good. We're here for the evening, and looking forward to tomorrow. Morning guys, it's Sunday morning and we're just packing up camp and about to make our way down to the river. About 3 k's to go we think, or 3.5 k's, and then we can get the boats out, which will be great. A bit of a relaxing paddle back to the cart. Hey guys, we've made it to the river. It's moving a bit faster than we anticipated, but it doesn't look like there's any obstacles, at least not in this section, so we're still going to raft down, and fingers crossed it all goes okay. Well guys, we're on the river, and on the upside the water was going very fast past our put-in, but has immediately slowed down, so that has made me feel a lot better. That was entertaining. I thought I was going to go for that big thing. Yeah, I was just waiting for you to catch me.
Hey guys, we've just had a bit of a pit stop to empty some water out of the boats and just adjust a few things, and we're getting back on, but it's been good so far. It's just the water at this level is a bit of an unknown, so we're just taking it very cautiously as we go. We haven't encountered any rapids that have been a real problem so far, but so there we go. Another little rapid coming up here. We just came down one on the right hand side of this island. It wasn't too bad. We couldn't really see what the left was like, but it looks like it might have been okay too. This doesn't seem too bad. Actually, this might be the little shingle bank where Matt and John camped by the look of it. We've obviously got a bit more water than they did when they went through. Coming down the river, and we've come past a little stream coming in on River Right, and I don't have my map to check because it's locked away under my dry suit. Could well have been Webb's Creek, and we've got the start of the limestone bluffs coming up. Well guys, that's the end of the line for us. Amazingly, it's only been about 3¼ hours since we put in just below the Ramsay River, and we're already at the bridge over the river, the Pieman Road Bridge. So this is where we're getting out. So really didn't have as much time on the river as we were hoping to, but it's been nice to get here quickly, given that we had an extra bit of time on that track. We had hoped to do that in a day. Ended up being a day and a quarter. Anyway, we're here now. Really amazing, beautiful scenery, amazing spot. Really glad that we did it, and I'm thinking that maybe I will have to come back and do this another day when I'm a bit more prepared for the trip in. and can enjoy the river. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you on the next trip.